Hi, this is Maria. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're using embossing powder. So we're going to make this easy card and I'm going to show you how to use these embossing powders. So let's go ahead and get started. These embossing powders come in sets of 3. So you get clear, black, and white. I've already done white and black here and I'm going to show you the clear. They show up glossy and a little bit poofy. And we're also going to make a simple knot instead of a bow. Some people have a hard time making bows, so we're going to do this as an alternative today. So let's go ahead and get started. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell and all of that so that you get notified when I post a new video. These are your cutting instructions. If you look in the video description below, you will see a link to my blog, so you'll have pictures and written instructions and all of these instructions as well. Okay, so, all right. So like I said, I've already done 2, so I could show you all 3. The white, the black, and we're gonna work on clear today. So here's my card base. Let's just put these out of the way. So they're there, but not in the way. Okay. Card base 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, standard card base. And I'm working with a narrower, let me show you here. It's going to be a very narrow border, this card around. And because of that, we're gonna use liquid glue because it's very forgiving. You can wiggle things around. You are welcome to use whatever adhesive you like. That's what I'm choosing to do today. So I need my liquid glue, and we're just going to adhere these 2 together so that I know exactly how much room I have to stamp, and then we'll put it all onto the white cardstock. Make sure your flowers are facing right side up, and you're going to give yourself, work with those top 2 corners and give yourself a very narrow edge all the way around. Okay. And then we're going to do our stamping. I'm going to use Versamark and our little embossing buddy. I just have it in a bag here. This is powder, and we're just going to wipe across where we're going to stamp with that Versamark. That just keeps the Versamark, it keeps the embossing powder from going everywhere. It will stick to where you put your embossing powder down. All right, I'm using a stamp set, Something Fancy. We're using the Happy Birthday from that. So I'm just going to get everything organized because this does dry fairly quickly. If I was using a regular StampinUp ink, it would dry even faster. Versamark gives you a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and get this inked up. And we're going to stamp right in the center here. Good pressure, and we're done with that. I'm going to go right into my embossing powder. This is just a coffee filter to help me contain the powder. Just drop it right on there. You can do a double dip here if you really want to. You don't need to do that. I tend to do that just to make sure I have good coverage. It's on very powdery and matte. I've got just a little paintbrush to make sure I don't have any little stray bits here and there. Even blow on it a little bit, and that looks good. And we're going to put the rest of this back into the pot. I like using coffee filters because you get so many and they're very inexpensive. Okay. Now, I'm going to start my embossing, my heat gun. It's going to be a little bit loud. I'm going to let it run for just a few seconds and then we will commence to the embossing. I've got a little helper tool here just to help me hold this so that I don't burn my hands. Here we go. And watch the embossing happen. You see this? beautiful. I'm going to get the back of the card. Always get the back of your card just to make sure you don't have any warping. All right, and there is our clear happy birthday. I like this because it lets the background show up really nicely. But I like all three of these. So now we're going to go ahead and attach this to the front of our card here. So pretty. And just line up those top two corners for a very narrow edge and press. Beautiful. And there are three: black, white, and clear. Very pretty. Very glossy, all three of them, and just a little bit raised. There's a little bit of texture to those. All right, so the next step is going to be our neutral adhesive back sequins. Now I've used the gold here and the copper here. I think let's use the dark ones just so we use something different here. These are so pretty. I'm going to go right there next to the wording. And two on the other side. And then we're going to grab some glittered organdy ribbon. This is white with glitter. So pretty. And we're doing just a simple knot instead of a bow this time. So it's roughly 9 inches. So I'm just going to go make sure I have the length of my card, double that, and give myself a little bit more. I like to eyeball things. And we'll just snip there. Cut this in half. Well, cut this, make sure you have one that's the size of your card. The other one we're going to just wrap around and make a simple knot on the back. So this ribbon does have a pretty side and a not so pretty side. Pretty side's up, turn it upside down, and then wrap one across the other one. So I'm tying a knot around the other piece. Okay? And then when I turn it back around, my pretty sides are up again. Right? Okay, tighten your knot down. Tighten your knot down. And there is our beautiful little knot. So now we're going to just adhere this to the card. Now because you've got one wrapped around the other, you can slide the knot back and forth across that. Make sure you have it where you want it. And we're going to put this down with glue dots. Put one in the center. And that's where our little knot, the center of the knot will go. And then we're going to place one on each side here so that our legs of our knot don't move. Okay? You can leave this step out, but I think it gives it a nice finishing touch. So they're crossing there. And I just want both of these legs of the ribbon to touch that sticky circle. So these are going to cross right there. Beautiful. And then we will cut our little ends, our little ends, just to make it nice and pretty. Finish your ends, and you have a beautiful, easy, embossed card. Looks so fancy. This embossing powders, they always look so fancy, and they're so easy to do. All right. You can always trim your ribbons before you put them down, but I find this easy enough. So there it is, our finished happy birthday, and we're looking at all 3 of these little pots. So the embossing powders come in black, white, and clear, and the other set is red, silver, and gold. And I don't have that one yet, but I think I'm going to get it because these are so pretty. So which do you think is prettier? The black, the white, or the clear? Very pretty. I think white's my favorite so far. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you are notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.